Hi teacher, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm Rafael Velasco from level 19 and welcome to my final speaking challenge. I'm going to talk about the third topic, which is related to creativity, if I'm not wrong. So let's start. Well, the first part of this speaking challenge is talk about an amazing piece of art or a famous piece of art from your city. But you told us that we can just talk about any piece of art from any part of the world. So I'm gonna do that. And also, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just know a little bit about art. Not to say that I know nothing about art. But while I was doing the third running challenge and I was scrolling down on Instagram and on many different websites looking for a good piece of art to talk about, I found an amazing piece of art called Liberty Leading the People. Was painting by a French painter called Eugène Delacroix. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I'm going to write the name here if you want to search for it. But what I really like about this painting is the meaning behind it, because it was inspired by the Industrial Revolution, and it represents the normal people, the common people like you, like me, fighting for his rights against the royalty. And it is a very powerful meeting, and I really like it. And also the technique and the palette of color is amazing. So I'm going to show you the image of this painting if you want to check it out, and that's it. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, the second step with this topic is to talk about why creativity is the most important thing you should have as an artist. And I don't disagree with this, but I don't totally agree with this either. And let me explain you why. Imagine that you are an artist, right? So you must create your own style, your own techniques, and most important, you should create an art that nobody has seen before, so you can be famous, and you should create your own masterpieces. Okay, so to do all those stuff, you should be creative, of course, because you have to come up with different ideas. You have to make different to try different styles and find your own way to be the artist you want to be. Okay, but my thoughts about these topics are: where do you go with creativity but without discipline, without motivation, and without work really hard? Because everyone can have his moments of inspiration and wake up in the morning and say, hey, I'm going to paint an amazing art today. Yeah, but if you are a really good artist, you should do that even if you are not inspired that day. I mean, you have to be disciplined as an artist and say, hey, I wake up today, I don't feel really good, but I want to create a masterpiece, so I'm going to work really hard. It doesn't matter if I'm not inspired today, it doesn't matter if I'm not creative, I don't feel creative today. I just have to work really hard and find my own way to make that masterpiece I want to make today. So I think creativity is one of the most important things you should have as an artist, because it helps you a lot. But I think the most important thing you should have as an artist is discipline and work really hard for that thing you want. So that's it. So let's move on to the third question and the final, I guess. Okay, the third part of this topic and the final part, thanks God, is talk about a time where I used my creativity. So I'm not an artist, I already told you that, so I don't have the necessity to be creative every single day of my life. But to be honest, I don't remember any specific time when I was creative. I just know that when I feel creative, I go to my computer, open up an app that is called Figma, and I start design websites. Yeah, and just to let you know that I'm a website programmer. That means that I build websites and application for the web. And when I feel creative, I just go to Figma. That is an app that you use to design websites, and start designing my own websites that I want to build in the future. I have like 3 or 4 sketches of different websites that I want to build. And this is not a special task that I just do when I feel creative. I usually do this at least once a week, but I really notice the difference between when I feel creative and I'm doing this task, and when I don't feel creative and I'm doing this task because because without creativity I just do mechanical things like set a font size or increase the font size, or maybe set a new font size, or I don't know, just add some text somewhere and that's it. But when I really feel creative and I'm designing websites, I usually start choosing colors and putting image in different part of the website. So there is a big difference between when I feel creative and when I don't feel creative and I'm doing the same task. And I have to say I feel much better when I'm doing something and I feel creative than when I'm doing the same thing and I don't feel creative. But at the end of the day, it's a task that I usually do at least once a week. But yeah, there is a big difference, and I feel much better when I'm doing this, and I'm feeling creative. So yeah, those are my answers for this final speaking challenge. Hope you like it, and if you like, hit the like button of the YouTube channel. I don't know if I'm going to upload this video on YouTube, but if you see a like button, just hit it. See ya.